Okay, it's time to go straight to our panel this morning. A very, very interesting lineup that we have. You've heard from all of them, and it is time. So fasten your seatbelts because it's about to go down. So I'm going to start out with Mr. President this morning. Can I welcome you for the second national update? Because we had a first one earlier in the year. Welcome for the second national update on travel industry matters. Tell us this morning what is new and what has been the gains from your last appearance here. In a nutshell, please. In 1 to 2 minutes, if you can.
Okay, so what is new is not just about NANTA. What is new is that the outlook for Nigeria, is stable. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. The outlook is stable, and that's good news. However, know that, of course, it's in the hands of our panel this morning to say whether it is stable or not. But we'll start out this morning. I'll start out with Yusuf Babalola. Your on-the-spot report after your appearance here actually sparked some sort of controversies. However, it is worrisome that foreign airlines, apart from running their fiscal models, also operate offices in our cities, contrary to global aviation regulations. What do you think is happening, and why is the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority finding it difficult to enforce compliance?
Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, everybody. We know, like I used to say, and it has always been, Nigeria has the best policies, but what has always been the problem is implementation.
Okay.
And that has always been the bane of successive government. Implementing most of these things has always been issues upon issues. We have series of challenges, like you just mentioned, and there are also, even aside from what you even mentioned, there are also, like the last discussion we had, it's about airlines charging in foreign currency in our country, and it's still going on, it's still happening. It's not that the government are not aware of it, but when government go cap in hand to say, come back to our country, and they give you one or two conditions, and the government are unable to do, because currently in Nigeria there is liquidity. I don't think any airline is being owed. You can make your money and repatriate your money. So why are you still doing what Okay, like recently, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I traveled to Japan, Tokyo, and you can see it is a sin to spend foreign currency in their country.
Wow.
Even US dollars. Nobody will even collect
even
it.
US dollars?
Yes, it is a sin. You can enter a supermarket, a mall, a supermarket, you change US dollars into Japanese yen.
Wow.
It's automated. It's just like an ATM machine. You put your dollar into it and it will calculate it. It will tell you this is so and so amount to a dollar, and you put your dollar, $100, your bill, your dollar bill, whether $1,000 or what, it's going to count Japanese yen. Even at the airport, while we're even trying to leave, while we're changing back the money into US dollars, they told us that it's a sin to spend dollar in their country. So if we can also do that. Nigeria is a great country. Everybody wants to come to Nigeria, whether you like it or not.
We just collected new citizens.
Exactly. Last year, about 170.
170.
Yeah. So, you can see. So, Nigeria is a country that everybody wants to come. So, it's just that it is left for the government.
Yeah.
There should be a political will to enforce. This is what we want in our country. If you cannot do it, please, you can leave. It's as simple as that.
Okay. Yeah, it's as simple as that. But I'm going to have Chinelo weigh in now. Chinelo, good morning to you, and welcome to Creative Nigeria.
Good morning. I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you, even though we wish you could have been in the studio. But we would like you to weigh in, right now on the federal government fiscal reforms and the continuous use, as Yusuf has just mentioned, of dollar sales by the big three unknown airlines. I suspect that they are United.
No.
Okay, I will mention their name. Okay, so we will not mention their names. We will not mention names. NANTA President says no. So, but what do you make out, of this telling issue?
Yes, we know the airlines, even though NANTA President is a very diplomatic man. We know the airlines. I agree with my colleague. And the CBN Act is not just. We are not just talking from our head, or we are not just being emotional.
Yeah.
The CBN Act of 2007, specifically Section 20, Subsection 5, it kind of makes it very clear that it's an offense for any person or any company to refuse to accept the naira as a means of payment for goods and services. And that particular act makes it mandatory that any person found guilty is liable to a fine or 6 months imprisonment. So it's an act, it's a law.
If I can interject here, so who is responsible for making sure that this is enforced? That's the question.
That's why we have the FPTC, and we also have the NCA.
Okay.
We have both bodies. We have the FCCPA, and we have the NCA. So we have bodies that are responsible for this already. Why it's not being enforced is what I do not know and I do not understand. But it is for a law. We have a law. We have a CBN Act.
Yeah.
And it is there in black and white for everybody to see. So for it to be enforced is why it's not being enforced is what I do not still understand.
Okay, Chinelo, thank you so much. This just means to me that it's not. This doesn't stop at the table of government, because they have put the policy in order. The letter is written. The law is written. Now we need people to follow this, and that's where I'm going to come to you, Chinedu Eze. You have followed the Airpeace's determination and their resilience to operate the Lagos, now Abuja, London. That's the Heathrow route. Anything to celebrate about this? Would you be able to tell us? And do you foresee the sustainability of this service? That's one. Two, can the airline actually sell Nigeria's cultural tourism assets?
Yeah, thank you for the questions. There are a lot to celebrate. But before we go to this question, I wish to say something. When you talk about selling in dollars. And then we Nigerians sell, transacting with the naira currency. One thing with the federal government or the government as it is that they break their laws. The emphasis about transacting in the naira in Nigeria.
Yeah.
You see that they are the first to break it. They will make the laws. They break the laws. I don't want to talk about politics, but let's go back to the time of Muhammad Buhari. We are talking about body language. People became necromancers, interpreting the behavior of the president. Now, when you make laws, you are supposed to lead by enforcing it as government officials, elected politicians.
Yeah.
When you do so, others will follow. Then let me also say that if you are insisting that foreign airlines must sell in naira, we domesticate ICAO laws. Is it the way it is in other places, in the other parts of the world?
Yeah.
If you say that airlines should not have offices, but ticket offices, is it the way it is in other places, or is that our peculiar, because we can always interpret things to suit our country? Now, if you want to enforce that they should stop, and the agencies concerned are not, enforcing it, those agencies should be blamed. Now, let me go to Airpeace. In fact, Airpeace has, will I say, cleaned our image a lot.
I tell you. Because
that was about, it's almost like going to 10 years when a Nigerian carrier operated Heathrow, Lagos Heathrow.
Yeah.
It was all good. And when they wanted to operate Abuja Heathrow, they operated for some time, but a lot of roadblocks were put
bureaucracies.
on bureaucracies or marketing strategies by the DC to eclipse the ability to do that. And now, one thing that is special about AP's operation is that government is fully in support. Because without government support, a local airline may not do much.
True that.
And maybe it will not be something one could put in public. Let me euphemistically say that all those foreign airlines, they do not rest. They push a lot of things.
They keep them on their toes.
They push, not just, they do interactions. They have their PR ways of getting decisions to their favor in Nigeria. But government is determined to boost domestic airline operation and develop international routes and encourage them to operate international. This is special for the President Tinubu administration. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to hear about this, with regards to an indigenously owned airline. I mean,
let me just wait. I want to talk something. I want to just try to make intervention. And that's why I challenge my colleagues, and they're here. You understand? You see, until we begin to name names and to begin to right the wrongs, then we'll just be playing around the corner. We're not here actually. Of course, a hot seat for the NANTA President. But I know that a lot of travel agents are complaining in Nigeria, of how they have been treated by this airline. So airpeace coming in actually will be a big relief. I will pray that there will be more aircraft deployed on those routes so that these foreigners can go either play by a game, they play by rules, or they can ship out. They can take their wings and go. Because we need to clean this country. And it's like, we're talking about policy reforms in the aviation industry. He said, yes, they are now in London, they are in Heathrow. I know it took a lot of battle to get airpeace, into Heathrow. And that's some of those games you find. It's international politics, but we've been able to do that. So this question of buying and selling in dollars, just like Yusuf have said. I mean, you go outside this country, you don't dare do that. But you come to Nigeria, it's a different ball game. And of course, we worry. But again, until maybe we'll fire the question to NANTA President, why are these people being protected? Because everybody know. Yusuf last time did a piece, of course, was Ubalu everywhere. But you can't take the guy on because the truth. You go out there at the airport, it's there. And all those. So we need to begin to clean out. It's how you want to be treated. A man who wants to be insulted can take the insult. But you want to be respected, you put it up to the insult. I think that's just what intervention I make here, so that we can get across to our next panelist. I'm sure you are calling him from South Africa.
Yes, indeed, we are.
So let you tell us what's happening in Joburg.
At what time do you want me to talk?
I'm coming to you, Mr. President.
You said your seat is hot. I want to
I'm coming to you, sir.
Let me calm the seat.
But in the meantime, I just wanted to say a very big thank you to Chinelo. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay, then. We wish you a good rest of your day.
Can you please let me weigh in?
Okay, please.
So that we don't take too many things at the stretch. So firstly, we should understand that the world is a global village. It is a global village, and that's instructive. Secondly, on airpeace, I know that we are pressed for time, so I won't take too much time. On airpeace, I believe if I take off my garb as a NANTA President, as a Nigerian, I think it is a patriotic responsibility not only to support airpeace, but to pray for the success of airpeace, because those of us in the aviation space understand that until you have a serious Nigerian carrier, whichever form of designation, to stand in gap, we will continue to have all of these issues. So that's airpeace. On city sales, right? On city sales, I've heard a few things, but you see, my wife is a judge, and she knows that I like to talk. So when I'm talking, saying the matter is sub judice, it means that it's matter still is under consideration. So I'm happy to inform that the issue of city sales is being squarely addressed by government.
Amazing. That's good to hear.
So that's an update that I can give. So we'll probably don't need to put in too much energy in that. That is being addressed by government. And we must acknowledge government, because this government is listening. It listens, and particularly when you know how to channel your request. On dollar, I will take a more positive approach, right?
Okay.
I'll take a more positive approach to the issue of dollar sales. And the approach that I want to take is that, when you asked me for my opening comment, I said that the outlook for Nigeria is stable.
Yes.
So is the outlook for Naira. Yeah. IMF, World Bank, Bloomberg, Modi, they've all appraised the fiscal reforms of government. True. And it is stable. Now, if you come back to Naira has so many qualities now, and Yusuf started with it. One, we are finding stability in the Naira, right? The rates are closing. That is between official and parallel. Yeah. There is liquidity, and there is transparency. Yeah.
I think that's key.
Yeah, there is transparency.
Transparency is key
in the process, and CBN has ensured that. So we are at a time where we need to congratulate government. And which is the best way to congratulate government? Government will not come into your sector. Government is responsible for macro. We, the industry players, are the ones responsible to give life to whatever economic gains government is making. And that is why in our sector, we are pleading to some of these airlines that there is no need anymore. There is no need anymore to sell in dollars. There is no need anymore to sell in dollars. Now, why am I emphatic about it? I don't want us to mention airlines, because it's anti-competitive, and there are rules that guide us. And then secondly, we don't have to. So because our approach is positive. Why is it a matter of concern for me if I say industry players should give life to government policies? We are 3,500 members in NANTA. 70% of us are youth. So if government is making gains, at the macro level, how do we translate it to benefits? That was one of the comments the World Bank made. How do we translate it to benefits for Nigerians? And in our own sector, one of the ways, or the best way to transfer it to benefits to Nigerians is, if one young man or young woman can sell 3 tickets in a week, he or she is out of poverty line.
True.
And that is possible. So I will look at dollar sales from that socio-economic point of view. And I'll tell you, dollar sales excludes 70% of our members that are NANTA certified and IATA certified from direct trade with these airlines. Let them get the benefit. Give that government, success. Transfer the benefit to them. Let them trade direct. When they trade direct with you, their transactions are cleaner. And they're better, and they're more satisfied. So it's a responsibility. It's a responsibility for all industry players to make sure that the decisions and actions that we take align with the economic recovery process, and direction of government. That is where we are looking at it. It's just a plea to the sector.
Okay.
It's a plea. And
who better to sound out this plea than the president of NANTA himself? So please, we're still pleading. It's better you sell in Naira. Okay, thank you so much for weighing in on that. Those points, I believe that, everybody that needs to note them, have noted them. We want to link up with Dr. Wale Oyebade right now, who is joining us all the way from South Africa. Good morning, sir.
Fantastic morning to the Milan family. Happy to be here.
It's good to have you. We're sorry to have kept you on the phone for so long. However, these are things that must be said. But in the next, few minutes, can you just also help us to weigh in on Air Peace services so far to London? And also, we're looking at the airline debit memos, the outrageous penalties by airlines. Can you weigh in on this for us?
All right, thank you so very much for this opportunity. I think the Air Peace Airlines venture into Heathrow, UK from Abuja is a welcome development. We are happy to have this route, open to Nigerians. The beauty of it is that the more the merrier. Exactly. Really for the Nigerian sector, the number of airlines that we can have on the international routes would be great. I look forward to the days when the likes of the Air Peace, the Ibom Air, all the other airlines, even going to the North American end, of the world, thinking of the whole place like we have the other airlines in Africa, doing right now. But what I just want, that said, what we stakeholders, we also want the government, to also look at is that it's not just enough for the private sector to venture into that sector. The government as well must give them sufficient backing to ensure that the operation, remains sustainable. It's not the first time we're having a Nigerian airline, going into Heathrow. We have similar issues with similar developments with Harrick Air. When the 10-minute Stella Odua literally, took Harrick Air by the hand, just like we have Festus Keyamo doing with Airpeace now, to open up that route. But that is good on the side of the government. But sustainability is the major issue that should be achieved. We need to get to the point when we systematize the operation to really ensure that airlines are designated as flag carriers, for the country. Yes, they will not be national carrier, but they should be flag carrier, carrying the flag of Nigeria. It gives a lot of prestige. It opens a lot of doors, for the particular airlines that we're talking about. And it helps them to get a bit of stability on a very festive international route that is highly competitive. Every country wants to protect their own. Every country wants to be sure that they have their interest, highly protected. But that's where the government must also be ready to play the hero politics that we really protect the airlines. I believe we cannot overemphasize this. It's good Airpeace is there, but the next step is ensuring that they remain on that route and even widen the operations to other parts of the world.
As well. I want to thank you very much, Dr. Oyebade, for joining us this morning on the show. We need to move fast. Our time is just running. We just want to go straight into our new segment. We wish you well, sir. Our new segment right now is...
A segment.
Okay.
I think I can see Chinedu is.
Yes.
I think so agitated. So let's hear what he has to say.
Okay.
But this we are promoting so much a piece, of course, our own. And I hope they also support us here.
Yeah, we hope. We can only hope.
Cannot hope so. Go ahead. Bro.
Okay. The APC is the topic.
Yes.
There are two things I wish to say. There are these aero politics. And there's a way the international, the airline business, there's a way they see Africa, especially Nigerian business. So for you to operate to a big market and a sensitive market like UK, you have to have your acts right. So Airpeace has achieved that in their operation to London from Lagos, London Heathrow. They met all the conditions to the commendation of the authorities that they even, there's a precision because it's a slot.
Yeah.
When it is time for you to land,
land.
If you miss it, so they are second out of 58 airlines that operate to Gatwick.
Oh, that's amazing.
And that was what gingered Heathrow. And that Heathrow celebrated their arrival. They were very happy to see them operate from Abuja to Heathrow. That's what I want to say, that you must put your things right. Your aircraft has to meet the standard and your operations have to meet the standard. That's why they are successful.
Absolutely.
And we want more Nigerian airlines to also
join.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you.
But you have to be on that flight too.
Yes.
Not just saying all these things. We also need to practically experience it.
Yeah.
In our days, onboard service very critical. Apart from just carrying the aircraft itself. So, but we'll get there very soon. Yusuf, Bumi, let me let you run on the news. Then we'll come back. I want the president of NANTA, actually, Bumi, to talk about this. Penalties by the airlines. Yeah, so because it's very important. So we need to protect these young persons. When they talk about young persons in the business, actually that is what I'm looking at. And I'm happy about that because, of course, we're trying to create employment.
Yeah.
So that many of them selling 3-4 tickets in a day. But when you have penalties, you are running them out of business. Okay, let's
news quickly, but while the news goes on, I'm sure that he'll be ruminating on that, Mr. President. So we'll come back to you, sir. Here is our culture, technology, festivals, travels, hospitality, music, movies, brown water, economy, insurance news, and sports tourism, supported by Simtup Ventures Limited, edited by Frank Mickey. The United States government has cancelled the visa and green card residency for Nigeria's Professor of Literature, Professor Wale Soyinka. Meanwhile, Nigeria music rave David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, has described Akwa Ibom as the best tourism and leisure destination in Nigeria. Akwa Ibom stated to David Adeleke, who was in the state for a music tour at the invitation of the state government and the Senate President Godswill Akpabio, that the state towers above others based on its hospitality and serenity of its environment. The Maiduguri International Airport is off the radar of the airlines airlifting pilgrims to Mecca due to security issues occasioned by years of Boko Haram insurgency. Though the airport operates some services, but the Hajj terminal was severely impacted due to the security challenges. And I'll be cutting this news short because of time. Global sports tourism is about to witness a Tower of Babel for sports, a stadium built in the sky, about 350 meters above the ground. Labeled as the Neom Stadium and to be built by oil-rich Saudi Arabia, it's expected to sit about 46,000 spectators and is about 40 meters higher than the Shard, Britain's tallest building. All things being equal, the construction of the Sky Stadium will begin in 2027 and to be completed in 2032, ready for World Cup in 2034. Finally, this morning, the first time in the history of football administration in Nigeria, Nigeria's House of Representatives is set to probe the Glass House as the Football Federation address is known to over a $25 million grant from the global body of soccer, FIFA, for the improvement and preparation of Nigerian national teams. That's it on our news this morning, and I'll come straight back to Mr. President this morning, Mr. Yinka Folami. You just heard what Frank wants you to address. I'll just give you 2 minutes to talk to us about that. How do they navigate looking at this?
Okay, so ADMs are actually airline debit memos, yeah? Or airline debit memo. And so because we don't have time, I will just break it into two legs, yeah? So there are ADMs that can be as a result. ADMs are penalties for airlines. There are ADMs that can be a result of genuine infractions.
Yeah.
We give it to them, because in any operational system, there must be fidelity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's why we are in leadership also have a responsibility to train and train and retrain. Yeah. So it becomes a penalty if it's a genuine infraction. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ADMs, in my own view, in my own very educated view, and I'm stretched in terms of education, right?
Okay. Yep.
In my own view, there are a lot of ADMs that are as a result of technology inefficiencies of airlines. I think those should be capped and nipped, right? So when I say technology inefficiencies, because a lot of airlines have gotten it right. So what is wrong with some others? Do you understand? When I say, if you don't want me, there's something called churning in our language. And if you don't want me to book Frank Mickey, more than 4 times, on the 4th time, shut me out. It's just like the password that you put into your even this 2-step authentication.
Exactly.
If you do it 3 times, it shuts you out. So it's as simple as that. So it's
technology.
Yes, it's a technology thing. And if some airlines can get it right, why are others not doing that? Yeah. So secondly, right.
Yeah.
You are distracting me.
Sorry, please go ahead.
Secondly, so we are talking about that, and like we say, government listens, right? Government listens, and we are putting this information forward to government, And we are putting it forward in very clear professional terms. And we make sure that our clarity is well. We have had situations in our market where ADMs have gone as high as $200,000 for a business.
How do they survive?
For a business. That is no longer a penalty to me. It is becoming a revenue stream. So if you have to fix your system, fix your system. However, I do not speak for genuine infractions. I have considered that. And that is why we normally have responsibilities for training and retraining of our members.
Okay.
But just like I say, we believe that government will listen to us, and we believe that there will be interventions. And we also meet these airlines because we are friends with them, even though we speak frankly with each other. You know that these things could happen, and I am aware that some of the airlines will make those changes.
Okay, hopefully.
Let me just run there because I know time is...
Indeed, it's gone.
Many years ago, we've been in this business for a long time. I know the emotions and a lot of people that have been in this airline. You know what they do? They throw 5 naira to Nigeria, and if you don't complain, they make it 10. And if you don't complain, they make it 20. You don't complain, they make it 50. I just wanted to add to this ADM issue. So once we don't complain, they keep on doing that. Okay, Shaguke Oki, I think...
yes, he's on the line already.
Just 1 second.
One line, if you can. Because we're out of time. Good morning to you, Mr. Koiki.
Okay, good morning to everyone in the studio. Good morning to Mr. Folami, my colleagues there, Mr. Franklin, and even the host. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for joining us, and we sincerely apologize. You will have to come back again to be able to, have, ample time and ample opportunity to air your views on the show. But we want to thank you so much for bearing with us this morning. Last words from our panelists this morning, because we have to shut this down. I want to say a very big thank you to them, first of all, for coming on the show. It's been engaging. It's been interesting. And we never are able to finish these discussions. So this is to be continued. From Yusuf.
Okay, my own is on the hairpiece, new operation from Abuja to London. I want to join my colleague generally what to say. Hairpiece is doing so well. And the government should also continue. Please continue back in there. Just like Samsung. If you are fighting Samsung, that means you are fighting Korea.
Indeed.
So if anybody is fighting Airpeace, they
You're
should
fighting
know
Nigeria.
They are fighting the federal government.
I like that.
So please, with that, because they are coming on board has really helped. Have done a lot of things.
I agree.
Has helped a lot.
I agree.
Thank you so much.
From Chidu.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy the way the government of now pay attention to the aviation industry and even business overall. Their commitment to business development in Nigeria.
Wow. So kudos to Festus Kiamo. All right, Mr. President.
Oh, the one thing that I'm a very, very patriotic Nigerian. Like I said earlier, the outlook for Nigeria is stable.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm a very patriotic Nigerian. Yeah, very proudly Nigerian. Like I always say, the outlook for Nigeria is stable. And I've heard what everybody has said, but my conclusion is that Nigeria is actually a spice to the world.
Hey.
And the world will open us to us, yeah?
I like
so
that.
we congratulate Airpeace too. And I agree with my other panelists, that just like he said, Samsung, I knew that in marketing communications, to look at Airpeace as a national project.
Absolutely.
We congratulate Dr. Oyima and his team.
Yes. Yeah. From Sharon.
We'll see you next week.
Same station.
From me here, we support Airpeace, and we believe they should also support us. So our government we're also government. So the government here from this end, we're supporting Airpeace.
Yes, indeed. And that's all we'll be able to have time for. But make sure that you put your dancing shoes on, because right now we're taking you to the Central African Republic with Magic System from Goa.